Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a matching bracelet to this beautiful necklace right here. So this necklace is using the majority of the Bargain Bead Box products. I do have a few extra things on here from my stash. These beads are extra from my stash. These are actually a type of quartz bead that I got in a store in Orlando. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I really liked the way they looked with this blue gold stone. So I'm putting that together, and we're going to make the matching bracelet. If you are not familiar with Bargain Bead Box, it is a monthly beading subscription service. You get $65 to $75 worth of wonderful stuff. You get gemstones, you get charms, you get focals, you get chain, you get just, I mean, it's awesome. This one, $72 retail value, 21 items. It's shipped straight to your door for $17.95. And then along with your subscription, you get a coupon to use in their sister store, Bead Box Bargains. You get 30% off of your order in their store all month long. You can use that coupon over and over and over. If you're interested in subscribing, go ahead and use this coupon code Wendy2. It will get you $2 off of either your first month's subscription box or your first order in their store. Now you can't use it more than once, and it is all one word, Wendy2. But yeah, it'll save you a little bit of money if you want to subscribe. And if you don't want to subscribe, you just want to go shop, it'll still save you a little bit of money. Alright, so here is the necklace that we made, and I will link the tutorial in the description box below, as well as the information for Bargain Bead Box if you'd like to subscribe. But this is, I love this. I love the way it turned out. I absolutely love these beads. You don't have to have these exact beads. You could use any type of faceted crystal, would be very similar. Now, Bargain Bead Box has something that looks like these on their site right now, and I actually ordered a strand just to see if they are the same thing. I don't know. These were kind of expensive. They were like $10 for the strand, which I never pay that much money for one strand of beads, but they were so beautiful, and I didn't buy much else at that store that day, so I thought, oh, I'm going to splurge, and I got them. But if they are the same thing, if Bargain Bead Box has the same thing, then they are selling them at a much better price, and I will definitely go back and order some more. So I ordered a strand, and when they come, I'll do an unboxing, and we'll compare and see if they're the same thing. So let's set the necklace aside here, and I'll tell you what you're going to need for the bracelet. Now, I have included a focal here that is my own. This came from my own stash. It did not come from Bargain Bead Box. You can use any connector. The reason I'm using this one is I thought it kind of looked like a snowflake. You know, this one has the snowflake here and then the filigreed here, and I kind of thought this kind of went in with these, so that's why I'm using that. But you can use any connector you want. I'm using 4 of these quartz beads. I'm using 2, 4, 6 of the 6mm gold stone beads from the Bargain Bead Box. I've got 4 wire guardians here. I have 4 crimp bead covers. Now those are not necessary, neither are the wire guardians, but I'm using them. And I have 4 crimp beads right here. I have got a few head pins because we're going to make some dangles for the end of our bracelet. I've got a goldstone bead and these pretty fancy spacer beads that came in the box. Those are going to be for the dangle. I have a few jump rings, and I've got 2 of the loop part of your toggle and 1 of the bar, and I'm going to make a double toggle, so it's kind of adjustable, not double, but adjustable toggle on the end so that it, you know, has a little bit of option. And then I've got 2 pieces of the Rolo chain that came in the box this month. And I believe, let me lay this out and measure it because my wrist is small. It's like 6.5 inches. So these are not very big. Yeah, they're like 2-inch pieces of the chain, but I am going to use those. And then I've got 2 pieces of tiger tail here, and I cut these about 6 inches just so I have enough room. This is the 49 strand Bead-A-Lon tiger tail beading wire. So it's just in the bright, brilliant silver, and that's what I'm using. Okay, so you need your tools, and I think that's everything. If we forgot something, then we'll deal with it when we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and create my two tiger tail strands on either side. So I do have a couple bead bugs out here. I get these bead bugs. I've seen them at Hobby Lobby. Joann's has them. I think Michael's has them. They're just little, you know, bead stoppers so that your beads don't fall off the end of your tiger tail, because I'm notorious for allowing that to happen. Okay, so I'm going to string on a goldstone bead, a big bead, a goldstone bead. I can find the hole, that is. There we go. A big bead and one more goldstone bead. Okay. And this is what we've got. Now, I know that doesn't look like much in the way of beads, but my wrist is really tiny. And by the time I get this big focal in here and get the clasp on and get the wire guards on, it's going to be long enough for me. So right now, we've got, yeah, we're already at 3 1/4 inches. Okay, so I know it doesn't look like much, but that's what we got. So I'm going to take my crimp bead and my wire guardian. I'm going to feed the channel, my tiger tail into the channels here on my wire guardian. Just like this. The wire guardian just protects your wire, you know, keeps it from fraying or breaking. It's just a little bit of a protector. And then I'm going to insert my focal piece here. Just like this. Whoops. Not just like that. Just like this. Alright, I'm just putting my wire guardian right on there. See? Just like that. Now I'm going to put my crimp bead over both wires. Bring it all the way down here, pretty tight. And while I'm kind of holding that tight, I'm going to crimp it. Now you see why I have the bead bug on the end. These beads would all be in the floor if I didn't. And I would be spending time searching for them. Alright, we're going to close him right up. There we go. Tug on that, make sure it's tight. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my crimp bead cover on carefully. I messed this up in the necklace. Had to redo it. Okay. There we go. And just make sure it's nice and round. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get those edges to line up just right. Alright, I might have messed him up too. I'm terrible with these, and I know people say, oh, you can use the open part or the loop part, the round part of your crimping pliers, and I do that, but they still don't look good. Okay, that's good. That's alright. Okay, now we're going to put I'm going to put a couple of these beads in here over the wire. I like to do that. I feel like it protects the wire and keeps it from, you know, if it would break, you got a little extra there. Maybe you could restring. It's just a good thing to do. I had somebody make fun of me for that. They were like, if you crimp it right, that's not necessary. Well, you know, we'll just leave that where it is. Alright, now I'm going to move my bead bug up here to where it's kind of tight. And there's one half of our little bracelet. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I am going to put a bead bug on the end of this. These are like the best invention ever. I don't know who invented bead bugs, but I am highly impressed. They're awesome. Okay, and I am going to... No, I need to string my beads on, don't I? Yeah, that would help. Okay, blue goldstone bead. A big quartz bead. Blue goldstone bead. Big quartz bead, and one more blue goldstone. Okay, and then we will put our crimp bead on. I just totally like shot that crimp bead all the way across the cap. Okay, yeah, I was up till 2:30 this morning. Actually, I laid these beads out at 2:30 this morning and thought, oh yeah, I'm going to do this tutorial. And then I was like, you know, that would be a hot mess. If I did this tutorial at 2:30 in the morning, I need to go to bed. So I did, but I'm tired today because I was up that late and things are just crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and put our crimp bead on both wires. Run it up here to the edge, pretty close. And I'm going to crimp it down. Just like that. Okay, and there we go. Tug on it, make sure it's good and secure. And I am going to put my crimp bead cover on. You don't have to use crimp bead covers. I usually actually don't, but I don't know, with this bracelet and necklace, and I just thought that it would look good because the crimp beads are going to show a little bit more than a lot of times I'm using crimp beads on like chandelier things with Coriana chain where they almost look decorative on the bottom, but this wasn't going to work out that way, so I wanted to use the covers. Okay. All right, so now we're going to scoot our beads up. And scoot this wire guard up. Okay, so there we have it. So far, so good. Now, I'm going to hook the chain on. I want the chain on either side. So I'm going to put it on this side of this one, this side of this one. Just, I like that. I like the design element of that. And I am going to hook the chain on with a jump ring because these are fairly thick. And I just want to make sure that it has enough room for some movement. So get a couple jump rings. I actually wanted a smaller one than but I don't have any in between, it doesn't look like, so we'll go with this one. Alright, and I'm just going to hook this chain right on beside my tiger tail strands, just like this. And I wanted to use the Rollo chain in this just because I have it on the necklace, and I just thought it would kind of tie this in together and just give it another little interesting, some texture. So let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Just hook it right on with your jump ring. All right. Okay. So there we have that. Lay it out here so you can see. Perfect. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I've got to finish the other end of my tiger tail. I'm going to have to pull out another crimp bead because that one flew somewhere. Let me grab a couple crimp beads out here. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to finish this end of my tiger tail now. And I'm going to hook these pieces on here. I'm going to put this one on this way so that the toggle is able to be used, and then I'm going to put this one, do I want to do it that way or do I want to do it that way? I think I might do it this way. Okay, so wire guardians again and crimp beads, same thing as before. Take your crimp bead, put it on, wire guardian on, and I was thinking I might hook the toggles on with a jump ring, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna, no, actually I am gonna need to. Well, no I don't. Sorry, I'm thinking in my head, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right on here. Put the crimp bead through here and pull down. Now don't make this so tight that it has no movement in here, and you have to be able to get your crimp bead cover on as well. So you want there to be a little bit of give, not a lot, not like that, but a little bit, so you know your crimp bead cover will go on and everything is not so tight that it has no movement. So let me pull it down just a bit. It's kind of a, you got to find just the right place there. So I'm actually going to scoot it down just a tad from my wire guard and crimp it down. I want to make sure that I have enough room for my crimp bead cover to go on. And if you're right down next to your bead, you're going to have a really hard time getting your crimp bead cover on there. Okay, so here's my crimp bead cover. And I'm just going to slide it right on. And close it up. Oops. Okay. Like I said, these never turn out perfect for me, but they're actually not that bad. They're good enough. They're closed up and not going to come off. They just don't always turn out perfectly round. But you can play around with it a little, and if you just don't mess it up, you're doing okay. Alright, there we go. Pull it, make sure it's secure, and I'm going to cut this off right here. These are my Zerron cutters, and look at this. They won't even cut tiger tail. They are dull. I don't know if you can get them sharpened or not. Okay, and then I'm going to lay this out so that it's laying flat, and I need to hook my chain right here onto this toggle as well. And it looks like I have an extra link that I probably don't need. So I'm just going to cut this link off, this extra one. I don't want it to be too long. And we will open this piece of chain, and I'm just going to hook the chain directly on to the piece right there. Actually, I probably don't even need this link. Yeah, I'm going to cut that one off too. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then I'm just going to open this link up. Right here. And I'm just going to hook it right on beside my tiger tail piece. And let me make sure I have it opened up enough. Apparently I don't. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright, so there is 1/2. And I've got all my beads coming off. I'm going to do the same thing over here with my crimp bead. This has got a little gold crimp bead inside of it. Let me see if I can get it out of there. I just have to grab another one. Yeah, it's going to stick. Let me grab another one. There's no sense in making y'all sit and watch me try to do that. So we put the crimp bead on, then the wire guardian, close this up a little bit, wire guardian in just a second I will. Now, one thing that you have to do when you have a toggle bar, I do not want to hook the toggle bar, where'd it go? Right here. Directly onto this because I'm afraid it wouldn't give it enough room to go through here, so I'm actually going to hook it on with a jump ring just to give it a little more room so that it'll go through the loops over there on the other side. So I'm just going to pull this through, pull it down so that it's not too tight, but you've got a little movement in there. You can get your cover on and crimp it. Okay, and then just crimp it the other way. Use your little, the one that rounds it out. Okay, tug that. It's secure. I'm going to go ahead and trim off my tiger tail piece right here so it's out of my way. Maybe. There we go. And I'm going to use a jump ring, not a big one, just a regular jump ring. And I'm going to hook the wire guardian and the toggle bar on with that. And hopefully that'll give the toggle bar enough room. Let me trim these two off like I did the last one. And I don't know if it doesn't, we can add another jump ring. But we'll see how it goes here. Alright. Let's just get these hooked on first and I'll see if it looks like it's going to be enough. I want to make sure that lays right. And it is connected to the right side so it's not flipped around. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now if I hook my toggle on here, on this jump ring, actually I may use another jump ring too. I think I'm going to. I'm going to hook this jump ring to one more small one, a very small one, not a big one, but I just want that toggle to have enough room to get through, and I think this will make it better. So I'm just going to put one more jump ring. Let me pick this up. I'm trying to work upside down and it's not working out too good for me. Okay, and the toggle. Alright, now let's see if it will go through successfully. And it does. Okay, so now this is very small. This will probably fit me perfectly. Whoops. Actually, it's a tad small for me even. So I am going to add on this other toggle clasp, and I am going to do it this way. So I'm going to get just a normal size jump ring, 6mm here probably, and I'm going to attach it just like this. Now you can double jump ring these if you want. It would make it a little more secure. And let me see if that one, so that makes it fit me perfectly, but that is not going to fit anybody else if I would decide to sell this probably. So let me see. Actually, I knew I did. We're going to put another one on. Okay, so I'm just going to add one more. And that's going to make it to where just about anybody could wear this. And this is how you can make an adjustable toggle. And I don't use toggles very much. If you guys watch my videos, you know I use lobsters most of the time. But I think these are kind of cool. Okay, so now when we put this on, yeah, it fits me perfectly on the second toggle, but somebody else could make it a little wider if they wanted to. So that is an adjustable toggle. Now, this is the back side of it. It has a place to glue a crystal in, but I didn't really want to fool with crystals and stuff on this project. Okay, so now I'm going to make a couple little dangles to dangle from the end of this toggle because you want it to be pretty, you know. I mean, I think it is pretty already, but I'm just going to make a couple little dangles here. So I'm going to use some little regular spacer beads and a goldstone bead. If I can get it on there, good grief. These are really hard to find the holes, to see the holes in them. There it is. Come on there now. My head pin is bent just a tad. It's making it hard. There we go. And another of the little silver spacers. Okay. I'm just going to create a loop. Just like this. And then I'm going to make another little dangle using this little metal bead. They sent several of these in this month's box and I used all of them. This is my last one and I was like, well, what can I do with just one? So a dangle it is. Here he goes. because I've got plenty of these goldstone beads left. I think I will make another one with the goldstone beads. Straighten that out. I don't even know if I can get on there. Okay, so we'll put a spacer, a goldstone bead. It's hard when you're jump rings, and they come that way. They come not necessarily from Bargain Bead Box. These are just jump rings that goodness, head pins that I had, but they come kind of bent sometimes, and you have to fool with them. Some beads it doesn't matter; they go right on anyway. But these little, a lot of the little gemstone beads or freshwater pearls, or things with smaller holes don't want to go on there. Okay. And one last loop. Alright. There we go. Let's close that up. Now, I'm going to hook these on with a jump ring. So I'm just going to pick a jump ring here that's not real small, but not real big either. And I'm going to do this one, and this one, and just hook them right on the end here. And that's just going to give it a really cute little decorative dangle on the end. Oh, I love it. It turned out cute. Okay, so here it is. Let me put it on here if I can. I'm not real good with toggles by myself. I usually have to enlist Chris's help, and he's working. So, yeah, I am not a toggle person, but I'm determined. Let's get this on. I want y'all to see it on. I think it's pretty. And this is one reason I don't use toggles in a lot of my jewelry, because I can't get them on, and I know other people have trouble. But here it is. Here's our bracelet. Here's our cute little dangle, and we have an extra toggle that we can adjust it up to, or this one down to this one. So this would fit just about anybody. But I think this turned out really cute. It matches well with the necklace, I think. There it is together. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I have a pair of earrings that I'm going to upload as well that will match this set. So if you do not have the little bell notification on, you need to click it on so that you get notified when I upload. So you'll know, because a lot of these Bargain Bead Box things I do sets, but I don't do all the pieces in one video because the video would be super duper long and nobody likes that. So click the bell, that way you'll know when I upload the earrings, and I will link the necklace in the description box below, as well as Bargain Bead Box if you would like to sign up and use the coupon code that I provided. Alright, so you guys have a great rest of the day. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Great rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.